Alright guys, so usually for get ready videos or makeup tutorials, I usually do a voiceover, but I figured that today we can kind of chat and do all kinds of stuff while I'm putting on my makeup. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is the Eucerin, and I'm absolutely in love with this moisturizer. I actually was able to find it in the travel size and tried it out. This is completely empty. I love it. It doesn't leave me oily. It leaves me completely moisturized. If you've been on this channel long enough, you know that I have combo to oily skin, and this stuff just makes my skin feel like $1,000,000. So prior to this, I did wash my face and exfoliate and all that stuff. So I am gonna have a skincare video for you guys. I want to do like a nighttime and a daytime one. If you guys want me to put that together in one video, or if you want me to separate it, let me know, because I do use different stuff for both. So let me know. Alright, so after I put on my moisturizer, I usually let it set in for just like a minute or two. Maybe I start, you know, brushing my teeth, or maybe, you know, taking a couple sips of coffee or something like that. Just letting the moisturizer get into the skin. Then after that, I like to use these two in combination. I'm absolutely in love with these two products, using them at the same time. This product in general I'm absolutely loving, which is the L'Oreal RevitaLift Miracle Blur, which is a primer or a skin smoother, whichever you want to call it. What I love about this, it's completely different than any other primer. Usually when you have primers, they're kind of like a clear, almost gel-like. This is like a almost kind of pasty, and I really feel like that's the difference. So I like to warm it up between the fingers and then really put it anywhere where I get the most shine and where I have the largest pores. So really, I like to bring it down the center of my face and then spread out. And if you notice, I'm not doing circular motions. I'm kind of just spreading the product like so. I feel like if you do circular motions, it kind of defeats the purpose of the product. It just doesn't go on as even as you would like it to. Okay, so the next one is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous. I absolutely really love this stuff. I didn't like it for a little bit. Like, I loved it, and then I went and I didn't like it so much. So I don't know what happened, but I started using it with the Miracle Blur, and I'm absolutely loving it now. So I just can't get enough of it. I'm just putting it onto a buffing brush. If you want to see my review on this foundation in particular, I did it in combination with another product that came out earlier in the summer. I'll go ahead and link it down below so you guys can see like a full review on it if you care to see it. Alright guys, so the next thing that I like to do, and honestly I forgot to do it, I usually do it before I get anything started. I usually do it right after my moisturizer, and that is to put a little bit of moisture onto the lips. This one is by Vaseline. It is the Cocoa Butter one, and I'm absolutely in love with this. I definitely try to put it on, especially whenever I'm wearing a matte lipstick. If you have dry lips and you're gonna wear a matte lipstick, then I would highly suggest getting a scrub. It's easy, you can do it right at home. Just grab a little bit of honey and a little bit of sugar and just kind of gently exfoliate the lips, and then go ahead and wipe that off with a warm towel, and then go ahead and put on a moisturizer. Let that moisturizer sit in for a few minutes, then go ahead and start doing your makeup. Alright, so I definitely had a different concealer that I wanted to use for this Get Ready With Me, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. That's usually my Age Rewind from Maybelline. So I'm going to go ahead and use my other Maybelline concealer, and that is the Fit Me Maybelline Concealer. I absolutely love this stuff. It is just so creamy and perfect, and it stays in place. And I'm just going to put this down kind of in a V shape. You never want to just swipe it like this, because it kind of causes for dark shadows to go underneath. So if you do it in a V shape, it allows for you to not get those dark circles, and it just blends nicely, and it's just a really great way of highlighting your face and making it all look just flawless. I like to also put it up here into the eyebrows, just use it kind of as a highlight, whatever's left over on my wand. And as you can see, a little bit goes a long way with this concealer because I never use it more, like I never dip it in there more than once. So once that is done, I go ahead and I use the same brush or sponge that I was using for my foundation, and I like to go ahead and blend all of that out. And the reason why I like to do that is just so everything blends well together. You don't ever want to make it seem like you purposely made your eye area lighter than the rest of your face. This just, for me, it's a great way to easily and quickly blend. So it's just, for me, it's just a lot easier. Alright guys, so moving on to my favorite thing, which is eyebrows. I'm actually using a liner from L'Oreal. This is the 12-hour Infallible liner. I've had this thing forever. I probably need to go get a new one. And this is the espresso color. My eyebrows are actually really, really dark. I have like jet black hair normally whenever I don't have this hideous ombre red thing going on. So this is the one that I like to use, and I like to use that just with a small angles brush. If you care to know what this brush is, it is the MAC 266 brush. I highly recommend it if you're looking to splurge on a brush. And eyebrows are so huge. I cannot stress it enough. Eyebrows are what frames the face, but at the same time, you also don't want to overdo it. I've seen a lot of ladies overdo the eyebrows, and it just doesn't look good. The general rule with eyebrows is you really want to go a shade or two lighter if you have really dark hair, which is why I have espresso and not the black, because that would look kind of crazy. It would look like I took a Sharpie to my eyebrows. So the general rule is for you to grab that that shade to be a shade or two lighter, and then you always want to go from darkest to light. So normally when I'm doing my eyebrows, I work the arch first. I go ahead and I shape them, kind of give them the shape that I want, and then using whatever is left over on my brush is what I use to fill in. So without dipping back into the product, I go ahead and I start filling in where I'm very, very sparse, is in the front of the eyebrows, meaning this part right here. And I like to just go ahead and use whatever is left over in the product. That way, it's a lot lighter. Alright guys, so just like I said about the eyebrows, if you are darker, you want to go a shade or two lighter. If you have a light hair, because I didn't want to leave you guys out as well, if you are a blonde or if you have really light eyebrows or like an ashy brown eyebrows, you want to go a shade or two darker. Okay guys, so the next step, and I know you guys have been waiting for it, is my palette. So the first color that I'm actually going to be using is this color right here. It is that nice mauve-y color, and I know that this palette was really hard to see when I was swatching it in the review and giveaway video. I like to go ahead and take this right into the crease, and I'm gonna breeze right through this if you don't mind, because it is a get ready video. If you want something a little bit more detailed, I can go ahead and grab one of the other palettes and get a little bit more detailed on how I do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this into the crease, and I'm gonna go ahead and go just slightly above the crease because that is going to be my transition color. Alright guys, so the next color that I'm gonna go ahead and get is the cranberry color right here in the center. And that is going to go right onto the lids. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and we're going to go ahead and blend that out. So that way we don't get any harsh lines and it all looks nice and cohesive. Alright guys, so the next color that I'm going to be using is this taupey gray color right here. And I'm going to be using that with a tapered crease brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and concentrate this in just the crease, and I'm going to bring it to the middle of the crease and then work it all the way out to the outer corner. And this is just going to just really help the look get a little bit more smokier, hence, you know, Smoke and Melrose. And also too, I feel like it helps define the eye area a little bit better by doing that. Alright, so for the next color, I'm going to go ahead and use this champagne-y color right up here. And I'm just going to use my finger for that, and I'm just going to put that right below the brow bone area. And just use my finger to kind of blend it with that transition color we put first. Alright guys, so the next color that I'm going to go ahead and use is going to be this rose gold color right here. And I'm just going to use, once again, my finger. And I'm going to go ahead and pop it into the inner corner. And it just gives it a nice little shimmer right there. I love, love, love this color for that inner corner. It's absolutely perfect. So very lastly, for the eyeshadows, what we're going to do is grab a pencil brush and that cranberry color. And we're going to go ahead and balance everything out by putting this in the lower lash line. And you want to make sure that you don't go all the way into the corner, but you want it to meet where we put that rose gold color. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is going to be our mascara. And for this one, I am absolutely loving the Jordana Best Lash mascara. I love this stuff. I didn't like it at first, but I gave it a second go and I've absolutely been loving it. It's super affordable. I think it's only like $3. And I just love that it holds the curl for me and makes my lashes look thick and long. And yeah, I really have been loving it. It was in my favorites video with Tonya, so I'm sure you guys will be hearing about it quite a bit. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the face. So the next thing I'm going to be using is I'm going to go ahead and warm up my face. And I'm going to be using the City Color Contour Effects. This is an absolutely fantastic palette. I got it from my girl Rochelle during our swap, and I have been absolutely addicted. So I'm going to go ahead and use this middle color right here because I'm really not feeling like contouring my face, but I do want to warm it up a little bit to give it just a little bit of dimension. I am using an angled blush brush, and I'm just focusing it right there in the hollows of the cheek, and then just kind of, you know, putting it around the perimeters of my face, just wherever I may get some sun. I almost went on to the next step without telling you guys what I used on my face. So the next thing we're going to be using is the City Color Blush Quad, and I'm going to be using this orange color right here. It's absolutely one of my faves from this quad. And what I'm going to do is a little bit goes a long way. So what I started doing here is I went ahead and started patting towards the back right here, and I go ahead and move to the other side. Now mind you, this is just with one dip into the blush, so as you can tell, it's actually quite pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. So once I have that back there, then I go ahead and start blending it towards the apples of my cheek. I do have a rounder face, so for me, blush is something that has to start here and go this way and blend this way, just to give the illusion of a more slender face. If you have a very slender kind of face and you want to add some fullness, then you want to stick to the apples of your cheek. Alright guys, so the last thing that we're going to be using for makeup today is going to be the Sweet Cream Matte Lipstick from the Wet n Wild collection. Like I said, I'm obsessed with this color. I can't get enough of it. It is just the perfect shade of nude for me. And yeah, it goes on like a dream. Alright guys, so that is it. I hope that you have enjoyed watching some of my favorite things that I've been using on a pretty much daily basis. And also too, it gave you a little glimpse into the new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, which is the Smoke and Melrose. yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video where I kind of give you some little tips along the way, let me know if you want me to add more to these get ready videos, or if you want me to do more of a voiceover and not so much of this rambling and talking, then let me know down below. Always be courteous and nice. So I definitely love some constructive criticism, but no need to be harsh, okay? Because there's no need for that. Alright guys, so yeah, follow us on social media. All those things are down below. And don't forget to enter the giveaway. If you did not know, we have a giveaway going on. It was the video prior to this one. And I'm sure I'm also going to go ahead and link it down below for you as well. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.